Okay, so we've got a safety promotion kind of show and tell now. It's a bit of a team effort between us. Hopefully we remember which slides we're each doing. So for those who haven't met me, I'm John Franklin. I'm used to be the man that did safety analysis. I'm now the man that leads our new safety promotion strategy. Obviously ably assisted by Michelle Masson, who hopefully many of you know, who's done an amazing job as part of this community and others on safety promotion for a number of years, and Bernd Oswald as well from Airbus Helicopters. So this is the team. Michelle's going to start, so I'll get him going.
Good afternoon, everybody. There will be a little amount of shift handovers among us, by the way. So ESPNR, what is it? Well, it's a collaborative network. It's a partnership serving the rotorcraft community and EASA and developing safety promotion material and actions, basically. That started more than 10 years ago now, 2006, with EASA at the time, and it's now called ESPNR. It was established and received strategic direction from the Rotorcraft Committee and beyond from the new Rotorcraft strategy and also the European Plan for Aviation Safety. Coordinated, by the way, together by Airbus Helicopter and EASA, and counting, of course, very important stakeholders across the industry. So it's teamwork, certainly. European Plan for Aviation Safety, well, you know, recently there are now different sorts of instruments that we use to manage the risks, not only making rules, but also safety promotion, focused oversight, and research. And if you dive into the European Plan for Aviation Safety, you will see these various types of actions. They're, by the way, color coding to facilitate recognition. John, talking about data, this is our data man. Used to be. Yeah. Used to be.
The old job doesn't go straight away. So one of the things, particularly with the European Safety Plan, that we always really like to stress, and one of the ways it's structured, is that it's not just about this is what EASA proposes to do. As Tim's already said, the strategic direction comes from the rotorcraft side through the ARCOM and all the other things that happen. But ultimately, we have to be driven by what's actually happening in the community and in terms of the data. And fundamentally, the EPAS ends up being structured around ultimately trying to work on reducing the main accident outcomes we have in rotorcraft operations. And that's what it's really about. And one of the things, we do lots of data, and Tim's being very hard and making sure that both the EASA, in terms of our safety analysis work, and all the other activities that we have that supports from an analysis perspective, gives the ARCOM what it needs in order to support its decision making. So one of the things we start to look at is throughout the year, what's the statistics doing? How are we compared to previous year? How are we comparing to the 5-year average? So you see the 5-year average here as the in terms of the number of fatalities in terms of the green line, and not huge amounts of difference from one year to the next in certainly the last couple of years compared to the last 5. So again, it reinforces the rotorcraft roadmap and the activities that we have to do. And just a slightly kind of different version of the graph that was shown earlier, but ultimately what we have is kind of what are our main areas of focus, and it reinforces then in the European Safety Plan to follow in the rotorcraft roadmap. Is the different areas of focus that we have: flight training, GA specifically, special operations, HEMS, offshore, and helping us to balance and provide that compass on how the data helps us to make sure we put our resources into the right areas. And then a key part of that is not really to explain this in any detail, but what hopefully you will have seen this year is that the annual safety review has now a dedicated rotorcraft chapter. It's a specific helicopter section all in one place and not split up like it used to be. And that provides then both the accident outcomes in the safety risk portfolios and the most important safety issues on which we start focusing our analysis and then our safety action effort. Back to Michelle.
Yes. Thank you, John, indeed. So what, by the way, is safety promotion about? Safety promotion is a set of means that allow you to raise awareness or change behaviors without having to resort to mandating things, in other words, to rules. Safety promotion can summarize and explain rules and therefore foster the implementation of rules, or it could even replace rules in a sense. An example here of a safety promotion campaign, Land and Live by HI, dear to Matt Zuccaro. And by the way, Matt, if you will be seeing this presentation in the future, thank you very much for that idea, because we think it's a great one. You can face a large variety of risks and threats and problems during the flight, but you have a unique opportunity. It's a helicopter. You can land it, right? You can not only dive up, but you can land it. If only you think it's the solution to your problem. So we want to encourage that to happen. Another example I wish to mention is Runter vom Gas in Germany. You know, in Germany we are lucky. We have highways with some sectors, there are no speed limits. By the way, it's a smart system because it depends on the conditions, weather, traffic, etc. So it's not always without speed limit, but sometimes there are no speed limits, so you can enjoy that. However, Runter vom Gas means slow down. It's not because it's authorized, so there is no rules that say you cannot go fast, that you have to go fast. Huh? So slow down, you move too fast, you have to make your money, you remember? You have to make your money last, right? Who said that? Can't remember? Simon and Garfunkel, yes. So good safety promotion slogans are also the lines that you will remember. Land and Live. I remember the video we showed us. How many times do you spend looking outside? Things like that, slogans. Down to a few words, but that can drive your behavior. That is safety promotion. Cooperation, ESPNR is the European branch of IHST. So you see the tag on the IHST website. And it's also cooperate on rotorcraft matters with the safety promotion network of the member states, so EASA and 22 member states, who, by the way, address also other topics. Huh? Okay. Community engagement. We are very proud, and we thank you very much for those who are already members of this LinkedIn ESPNR forum. It's a great success story. We now have over 1,600 people. We reach a level where the discussion is going on. We don't even have to drive it. You're free to make your post, ask questions. You find a nice article, you republish it there, and you involve the colleagues into discussing the matters. It's fantastic. So please join in, make it your own forum, and join the effort. Safety promotion can use other channels, important channels like events, like today, right? Another one I show there on the right is Aerospeed. I'll talk about it in a moment when we speak about hoist safety promotion. Helitech, Heli Expo, but also using professional networks. Like this one is the a training network by Airbus. Airbus can use this network to disseminate and share the safety promotion leaflets and materials developed by both IHST and the European team. And of course, every stakeholder can make that effort and further push, further disseminate, further promote the good messages using their own professional networks, platforms, channels, and means. And with that, I hand over to Bernd, who will talk about what we did what they did, because I was ill, by the way, what they did at the SPNR safety workshop. So, Bernd, please.
Thank you.
The floor is yours.
So, hello. So, one standard task of ESPNR is to organize this IHST ESPNR safety workshop at Helitech. This year it was in Amsterdam. And thanks to the team for doing this, and this is already an issue because it's a high effort to organize this. So, and why are we talking about it if it's a standard task? Well, it covers pretty much everything of what we are doing, what ESPNR and the subgroups are covering, basically. So the key message we want to convey during these workshops, and it's more or less the conventional way how we do it, is our safety awareness, what Michelle already told us. And the key message is basically we want you to live. And this is, again, the repetition of the Land and Live campaign, which I like very much, basically. And despite, and there we are with an issue already, despite we are taking the huge effort to organize it, we have a low attendance. And again, despite we are trying to raise attractiveness with celebrities on stage. We just saw the video, so we had the invitation to Ari Vatanen to join this conference, and he did that, and it was really, let's say, a thrilling experience for those who attended. So invitation from Tim was given before to join in 2019 in London. So this is repeated by myself. Please come to us and do this. So again, HeliTech and what we cover. This is our team leaders and teams which are working on several fields. So the yellow parts cover pretty much of what we are working on. So there is a special field with training. There is safety management system and operations. And there is technology. So this is the Netherlands team who organized the workshop in Amsterdam. And there is a hoist safety promotion task force. So we have depicted all the names of the group leaders here, and you are invited to join if you have time and if you are volunteering. If you see that there is a reasonable contribution you can give to the groups, please join in. We would be glad to have you here. So another conventional topic, and now I'll covering a little bit of what the subgroups are doing or covering. The training group has, for example, reissued the instructor guide, the flight instructor guide, because it was seen, and it's still the conventional way, as I said, it is seen as a real valuable topic for instructors. So the topic, or all the leaflets, or all the safety promotion materials are to be found on the EASA webpage, the safety promotion webpage. So please, if you are interested in something, there are good materials there. Try it and go to the website and get it. So again, training team. This is Ari Vatanen again. You've seen the video, which was developed by one of our training group leaders, Mathieu Vadinaven, and thanks to him to organize all this, and thanks again to Ari Vatanen, of course. So not to forget that funding came from EASA, and funding could be always an issue. So if you have ideas what to do and to contribute, again, the invitation is there to do it. Again, something out of the training groups. These are the pre-flight risk assessment apps. So we are now at the path leaving the conventional topics. That means no more leaflet production. We try to be more modern by doing some electronic media topics, electronic media to cover the let's say, the latest or the new generation of pilots, which are quite used to do the application of electronic media. So we are going to produce apps, and one of it is an Airbus one. It's called SafeFly. It's not depicted on the slide, which exactly is based on the pre-flight risk assessment, which was produced by EHEST on an Excel basis so far. And we have more or less a similar thing by Leonardo, which is called Skyflight. We have a Swiss company doing this as well. It contributed to the training team. And the request to you is try it, find what fits your purpose best, and use it, because this will prevent, I think, accident. It contributes to culture change, basically. So again, back to HeliTech, what we did there is a human factors workshop. And it was about awareness, and again, it was more or less case studies which we were discussing there. Case studies, real accidents, real incidents from the guys who were attending during the workshop. It was a real thrilling experience, especially Ari Vatanen just told out of his experience from his life, from his pilot life, and it was really something you shouldn't miss. So maybe for next year, if we find a different or a similar approach with a celebrity, try to join. So another topic we covered at HeliTech was safety management case study. a real thrilling experience again, because Mr. Elias Panagopoulos showed us how didactically you can bring operators to using a safety management system in a simple way. And this is the key element. It should not be too complex, it should not be too complicated. So this is a perfect thing, and we could use, or you could use as well, our guys to maybe train your internal guys for exactly initiating such safety management systems or other topics. So our Netherlands branch, and I would not go into detail for this, Joost Freken had already a presentation yesterday. So this is on the stick. You can have a look on it. What is the technical or technology team doing on or working on? So there is a lot of topics, let's say, key future projects and realizations in technology which could contribute to safety. And it's up to Michel.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And we have noted also the international character of the effort, the variety of contributors. As we said in the beginning, it's a network, it's a partnership, it's all based on voluntary action and commitment. So the most recent group that was set on a suggestion by the ARCOM, by the way, Tim, you mentioned the hoist issues, starting from the observation that not hoist-related incidents and accidents are related to design issue. In fact, we have a lot of operational issues. So we set up a team, 38 members, with contribution from both Leonardo and Airbus helicopter, and of course of operators, of people who operate the hoist and are very knowledgeable about the operational risks. They had their first meeting in July in Switzerland, that they organized a hoist safety promotion symposium at Aerospi in East, south of France, raising the profile of the action. They are having another meeting on the 14th of December in Italy. They've developed a white paper on risky situations, but proposing a variety of mitigations or solutions. So on the training, operations, design, and also maintenance. So this is very a global approach. It's much more than working on the certification of the hook or of the cables. It's an entire package. It's the material and how to safely use it in the situation, how to develop and maintain competencies, and how to properly maintain that equipment. And we are very pleased because it's working well, and it's really producing interesting material, which, by the way, yes, we were talking about moving getting modern. We have already established a dedicated LinkedIn forum about that. The material is published. We also communicate through pictures, and it's interactive. So the ideas of everyone are, of course, welcomed, and is based on interaction. This is really the modern way to do concretely safety promotion today. Conclusion is with you, John.
Thank you. So just to kind of sum up our session on safety promotion and particularly kind of see where it's going for the future. So as I say, EASA now has this new safety promotion strategy that we call Safety Together. You know, it's very much about building on the partnerships that we have, and we're very lucky whenever we're talking about what work we do in the different aviation domains, we always come back to pointing people to what's been achieved already in the rotorcraft community. You know, across all the domains of aviation we have no partnership like we have with ESPNR. This is the model that we have, and it works fantastically, and we have so many great organizations involved, and we're very thankful for the involvement that everybody in that activity brings. Obviously, the key thing is then building on what Tim was talking about, the priorities that come from the ARCOM, from the Rotorcraft Roadmap, from the European Plan for Aviation Safety, so that within the new safety promotion strategy and the work we do from here on, we make sure that we continue to align and really support those priorities. particularly from EASA's perspective, and I think that's one thing that is kind of a somewhat of a significant shift, is EASA bringing much more resources, both in terms of people, money and effort to help coordinate and organise this activity. I have somewhat of a, dare I say, interesting sort of announcement to make from the agency's perspective. One thing, I know lots of people, Andy Evans, you always complain about this. If you go onto the EASA website and you go to the home page, there is one very, very important thing missing. We have nice squares with all sorts of different parts of the aviation community. There's air ops and there's drones and there's GA, but there is not a rotorcraft button on the EASA website where you as a rotorcraft community can feel all your stuff is. So the first thing I can promise you is my exciting announcement is that when we rebuild the part of the website as part of our new Safety Together, you will get a rotorcraft button and a rotorcraft specific part of the EASA website where, regardless of where else it might be, you can, as rotorcraft people, go to the rotorcraft part of the website and find something that makes it feel like it's yours. So, thank you.